Okay, folks, example number two says, ancient calendars used 28 days as a lunar month. A lunar month, meaning the moon would make a complete revolution around the earth in 28 days. Okay? So they counted that as a month. And 365 days as a solar year. It takes the earth 365 days to go around the sun. Okay? What is the greatest common factor of these two numbers? What is the greatest common factor of these two numbers? And then they ask us another question. Why is it difficult to create a calendar that uses these two numbers? That's interesting. So let's do this. 28 and 365. Okay? I'm going to draw my ladder. My first rung of my ladder. What number goes into 28 and 365? I don't know. I know 1 does, right? I know 1 goes into both of them. What about 2?
No.
Does 2 go into both of them? No. 2 goes into 28, but not 365. What about 3? No. No, 3 doesn't either. What about 4?
Nope.
4 goes into 28, but it doesn't go into 365. What about 5?
No.
5 goes into 365, but not into 28. What about, well, you know what? Let's take the small number. What numbers go into 28? 1 goes into 28, but that doesn't help us any. 2 goes into 28, but doesn't go into 365. What about 4? Right, we checked that one. That doesn't work. What's the next number, Evan? 7. Does 7 go into 365? I don't know. You want to try?
Sure.
Let's just do 7 into 365. 7 into 36 goes 5 times. 5 times 7 is 35. Subtract, bring down. 7 into 15 goes twice. 2 times 7 is 14, and we got 1 left over. Okay, so 7 doesn't go into it, right? 52 weeks, though. All right? So 7 goes into it. What's the next number that goes into 28? After 7. Elise? 14. Does 14 go into 365? Well, not if 7 doesn't, right? What about 28? No. There are no numbers that go into 28 and 365. Only 1, right? So here's the question. Well, wait, what is the greatest common factor of 28 and 365? Raise your hand if you know what the GCF is. Zachary? 1. It's the biggest number that goes into both of them. Why is it difficult to create a calendar that uses these two numbers? Why is it difficult? Why is that? Because their biggest factor is 1. We can't divide them both by the same amount, right? There are 52 weeks in the year, but there's also 1 extra day in a year, okay? That's why the 28 and 365, they don't work well together because they don't have a common factor. What if there were only 364 days? That would work. Well, let's see. Instead of doing 365, let's do 28 and 364. Okay? Now, raise your hand. What goes into both of them? What goes into both of them? Let's see. Jenna. 2. 28 divided by 2 is what? Daniel? 14. 364 divided by 2. What is that, Elizabeth? 182. Okay? What goes into both of those? What goes into both of those? 2. 2 goes into 14 how many times? 7. Into 182 how many times? What do you think back there, Jenna? 91. Is there anything that goes into both of these? What goes into 7? 1 and 7. Okay? And you know what? I'm going to have to pick up